the option that you have here, which is what I like to call the Agurin path, insta reset here, buy double longsword and attack this 30-second timer is an option for you, right? Because
Okay. Yep.
if you are not 100% certain that you win the 1v1 against Briar here, right? You got to think about what Elena wants. He wants to either push, he wants to push this and either base. And if he's hitting tower, he's really inting, right? He's like super inting. So you got to get into the mind of the laner, track the enemy jungle's tempo, look for this play, last little bit of detail, is the Vel'Koz mana, and also this is not that punishing for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Coach Leo. I am a ex-pro player and challenger jungler, and for the past year, I've been helping hundreds of players just like you achieve their rank goals. If reaching your potential is something you are interested in, head on over to junglegap.gg for more information. Main takeaways from this game, right? Again, we don't need to have like some crazy 100 list long thing. I think that the main takeaways were that our planning after a full clear. Okay, so like once we finish Krugs, what are our options? And for those options, there's some information we need to think about, which I'll talk about when we get to this point. We've just been talking about it, right? Like this game, you know, the game is just one big circus where you need to figure out like when to, you know, how you're going to best benefit from the circuit. Like your team's inting, they're inting, everyone's inting, right? Just everyone's inting. You just need to really make sure, like we always talk about, to just maintain composure. You still may lose that game, right? However, you can win some of these games like this. Like, I don't think this was like that crazy. Like everyone was just inting, right? So at the end of the day, if you maintain composure, kill them when they're inting, get really fed, and then again, as we always say, be the diff, you can win these kinds of games. But yeah, like you said before, I think a big thing of that is that we have to maintain focus and keep maintaining information gathering. Because I think when we stopped information gathering, we started just floating. And we started not knowing and sticking to, you know, match trade, minimize fundamentals, like things like this is really, really important in these really slow games. And yeah, when we did try and trade, right, just a simple learning that we have to think about is that when we're checking enemy, like we need to check enemy camps first of all, and then the second of all, we need to like when we walk past river, again, we always just have to use that sweeper. It's gonna be even more
this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be even more important now to do that. Even though the Fey Light state, it actually tells you when you go close to it. I'm pretty sure that it's watered. I'll have to like 100% double check, but sweep over Fey Lights as well is something else we're gonna kind of have to think about in this season. And then item build. So this is kind of where we can start, right? I think the item build was too much MR. You built Mercs and Wits End. And obviously they had like a decent spread of damage, right? With Vel'Koz and Fizz. But I think also in this game, you needed to build Cleaver because, you know, the targets that you also... So yeah, so the main thing though is that I want you to think about the item build in the champ select. All right? That's what we talk about as well. We need to think about what we're going to build in champ select so we don't have to... So that thinking has already been finished. So when we go into this, like we're loading here, right? Last champs have been picked. Like usual. Well, let's just say load screen. All right, they have mix of AP, AD. So are Mercs good this game? Let's just ask that as a first question.
Not really.
Not really good. So that's the first thing we have to think about, right? Boots. Like which boots do we want? You know, maybe they have like a bunch of slowing champs. Maybe they have like Ashe. I don't know, like all these slowing champions, and like maybe Swifty is a really good one game, but this game definitely is a Tabby's game because you're going to be like brawling with Briar, right?
Yep.
Especially early on. So I think Tabby's is really, really important in this game. And then the Wits End makes more sense, right? Because then you can build that MR later on to deal with, to have some, but usually you don't want to, like if it's mixed, you don't want to build Mercs and Wits End. You know, you'd build like Mercs if you wanted Mercs and then like Death Dance, for example. So yeah, that's just the first thing about that. Now let's go through the game. So that first point about deciding what to do after the Krugs, right? So we do our clear. All is good. All is fine. Okay. So one bit of information, right, that I said while it was happening was that he started Raptors, right? Because about what? 2 minutes, he started here. And so that new timer, it used to be 4 minutes when the Raptor spawned if someone started it, right? And now it is 3:25 or 3:30. So I like to, so the option that you have here, which is what I like to call the Agurin path, is what I call it. He's the first person I saw that do it. Is that you can actually just instant reset here. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the other options as well here. But I'm just letting you know that insta reset here, buy double longsword and attack this 30-second timer is an option for you, right? Because
Okay. Yep.
if you are not 100% certain that you win the 1v1 against Briar here, right? And you don't have like some kind of major advantage in these lanes, for example, this is a major advantage that you are just creating for yourself out of nothing, correct? Because if you
Yes.
base here right now, and he takes his bot scuttle, and then he tries to do what he did before, which is either cross the top scuttle or cross to here, now you definitely win the 1v1 because you have double longsword.
Yeah. Now we just annihilate him. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that in every game, in every case, this is an option, but I'm just saying when he starts Raptors, that always needs to be a play on your mind. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So here it's like, it looks like you have Prior, right? Or you do have Prior. Like you're pushing bot, pushing mid. So if we want to go for the bot scuttle, the next thinking process that we need, okay, the next thought process is that we need to think who wins the what. So who wins the 1v1, you or Briar? And you're allowed to say you don't know as well.
I think I do.
Okay, so you think that you
If
win, right?
Yeah. If I avoid her E.
So if you think you win, why don't you not fight her here? Because remember, you don't have smite, right? So hitting this is, this, by the way, this situation that you're in here is, I'm not even going to say that it's like obvious or easy, okay? 100% not. Like even high, like this situation here is hard because the first thing is that, okay, what intervention from the team can happen from both teams, right?
Yep.
Which is also why when we go for this, what should we always just do? We should always just ping assistance on something and assistance on like the scuttle. Okay, but you're always going to have two options here in League. Your bot lane's either going to be pushing and you ping assistance so they can help you here. Or it's going to be even, in that case you gank, or the enemy's going to be pushing, in that case you gank, right? So we need to kind of watch this lane a little bit more. Did you see that wave? Sorry, I'm mixing all over the place here. We'll get back to the 1v1 in a second.
You're fine.
Look at this situation.
So their wave is pushing into us.
Their wave is way bigger. Yes.
Yep.
So if we go back to that thing before, we were talking about like, it looked like we had Prior before, right? Like back here, it looks like we have Prior, but you see how quickly it can change.
Yeah.
So this is why information gathering and not just thinking, okay, it was like this 10 seconds ago, why is it not like that anymore, is super important. So this camera pan that you did was insane. Like in terms of information gathering, this is perfect. But what does this camera pan tell you now after we've just talked about?
That we don't have Prior anymore.
Yep, so we should do what?
And really, I should just kind of hang out and wait for a second.
Yeah, like look to gank them. Look to gank them on these 3 minions. Like they're going to clear these minions, right? You're going to walk up this way. You can even try and walk all the way behind them. But of course, we're always trying to come at like this angle, right? Trying to cut them off, not like ganking like this. So yeah, this becomes, we want to gank bot. We don't really care about the scuttles anymore. Because if we go for the scuttle bot here, if we don't have smite, if it becomes this standoff, we're always losing out because they have bot push. They have Prior. Does this one make sense?
Okay.
There's going to be some situations, right, where if you're on the scuttle as it spawns with smite, okay, maybe this is not possible for Belveth, right? But that's the only situation where you can just ignore Prior because you can just one-shot scuttle, Q auto, Q E smite, and leave.
Yep.
And like ward somewhere for yourself. Okay? But in this situation, this scuttle is not guaranteed yours. So you should look for the bot gank. So let's just do the other scenario, right? Where we think, okay, we do have bot Prior and we want to go for the bot crap. In that situation, the standoff is good for us because if we also ping our team eventually, they should move first. And obviously we can adapt if not. But anyway, let's go back to, and also, right, if you see this before, like let's just say you see this, I do think like ganking here is the better play compared to recalling for Raptors, right? But if your team is just, if you think this entire play is just super bad, like your team's getting shit on, maybe you think that you also lose the 1v1, that is where recall, attack his Raptors is a really good play.
Okay, yep.
And this play is always, this is like the safe play, right? This is like the safe, consistent play. And this other stuff is the, you know, obviously the other play. But anyway, yeah. So if we think that we win the 1v1, right? When we show up here like this, if we think we win the 1v1, we should pop pot and we should just go and kill him. Like we should pop our potion and just like kill him. Because if we think that we win the 1v1, we should take the 1v1. We shouldn't like hit the crab or, you know what I mean? Because like hitting the crab, like you doing this, right? Okay, maybe your smite is, again, it's also about your smite. You make a super good play here. Okay, I really like the fact, because we talked about this last time. We talked about the pincer move, right? Like he's on our tail. So I really like this when I saw it. But unfortunately, yeah, our team's just losing. It's unfortunate. But anyway, that's all the discussion that we have to talk about in terms of the early. So to conclude, if they're pushing, right, and we also know the enemy junglers spotting the bot, you can either look to gank. If you think the gank looks risky, you can recall and just go top scuttle if they're pushing, right? That's the two plays you have. If our team is pushing, you think about the jungle 1v1, you think about pinging them to help you. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, reset. Briar's already crossing, yep, because guess what? The whole match or trade thing, right? You can't match and trade because you tried to match her already. That's why she's able to get double scuttle here, right? Okay, cool. So we continue. We're full clear. All is good. I think here, I think you can go for the smolder. Why do you think I'm saying that? Let's information gather earlier, right? So you did pan actually bot, which is super good again.
Yep.
Okay. Let's take this camera pan, for example. So what do you think Smolder will do next?
He's going to stay there for that wave.
Indeed. He is. 100%. Okay. Where do you think Bri is right now?
She was top. She has to be top.
Let's think about...
No.
Yeah.
No, she could be making her way bot, right?
She could. But who is technically like... Because she stayed, right? She went full clear, fight, scuttle, and then she has to go back to her camps, right? And either recall or full clear down again, right?
Yeah, I should have better tempo than she
You have better tempo. Perfect. You said it perfectly. You have better tempo than her. So you can look for this play. And again, this also comes back to the weak side, strong side fundamentals, right? This is your weak side. This is your strong side. So if you skip the Krugs here, let's say you run here and Briar, you bump into Briar here. Maybe you pink ward here and you see Briar and it doesn't look good anymore. Is it that of much of a tempo loss to then just retreat back to your Krugs?
No, it's not
Not at all. Okay, perfect. So that's why we should track tempo. So first of all, this is about like tracking Briar, right? This is about you thinking that you have tempo in Briar because she went for double crab. And then your camera pan here is great. It's just, what does this information mean? There's one last bit of information here that makes this play more juicy.
There's no mana.
No mana. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see that in the game.
Okay, good. So yeah, these are little pieces of information, right? And a big thing I always want you to think about here as well is like what we talk about, the int check. Is he going to int? Him inting is doing what? Here. What is the inting move that the Smolder is, well, potentially will or will not make?
Just pushing into the tower?
Staying for the wave, right?
Yep.
Like staying. Because you got to think about what Elena wants. He wants to push this and either base. If he's hitting tower, he's really inting, right? He's like super inting. Okay? So you got to get into the mind of the laner, track the enemy jungle's tempo, look for this play, last little bit of detail. Is the Vel'Koz mana? And also, this is not that punishing for you. Okay? To go for this play.
Yep.
Missed opportunity. Okay? And then they stay anyway, and you end up killing him anyway. So yeah, he's super inting, right? But if he didn't stay here, this is really big missed opportunity. But good thing he was super inting. And good thing we took this opportunity now. This was great. Okay?
So the only reason I didn't take it
yeah,
right away is because I thought Lulu was backing.
Yeah, okay. But you remember, you can also, like, you can say what you want, you know?
Yeah.
When you make this play, you look, you click. So also, again, click and pan. Like, if they're fighting bot here as well, right? Which you did. Yeah, you looked. Yeah, your panning is great. it's like about what we're using with that information, like what we
Yeah.
can see really, which is fine.
Okay.
Step 1 is complete. We just gotta see what it means. Okay, yeah. So we take the opportunity now. We kill him. Execution wise, I do want you to be a little more careful with this Q that you do here, this left Q. Because you can just walk up right and just auto attack him here.
Yep.
But it's fine. Okay, cool. Kill, insta base, cool. Good tempo. We're going to our spawning blue. Great. We're checking the top scuttle. It is spawning the bot. So when you always, so like both scuttles get taken, you always just want to look at the river for the 10. Because here, the reason why top scuttle is not up, right, is because when you look at the map here, this is third scuttle, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Which is fine. Honestly, you checking scuttle again, it's not that big of a deal because you just retreat back to your blue. You see Bri go for a mid gank. Okay. Cool. Let's go. Let's pause for a sec. What did Briar do? Her clear. So she went 1-2, right? And we went 1-2. So when does her red spawn? 10 seconds. Or faster than 10 seconds because it takes her, it's quicker to do raptors, right? So this is spawning in like 8 seconds, I would say. You know? So you did a really good play here, okay? Just with missing details. What were those missing details? Number 1, sweet.
Yep.
Number 1, sweet. So as soon as you see her here and you decide, hey, I now want to do the trade play because I can't be involved in this. And she also might just go for bot crap, right? And I can't do any of this. I can't fight here. It's just, I'm too far. So I got a trade. You're doing great play here. Just missing details. Missing that her red is up. And use your sweep. And use your pink. You did use your pink, actually. But this is actually where you can use that Phaelite pink. Okay, this pink is super OP. Right here. You see that? Pink here. Because that's going to give you a free line of no vision. Like, you will know for sure that there's no vision spotting you running into the enemy jungle. Okay? So it's not that big of a deal. Like, you have the, you know, you have the foundation, little details, little reminders, and this is also a new thing. Like, I pinked on, when I was playing yesterday, I literally pinked here. Because I'm just used to it, right? And so it's something that you're just going to have to get used to. But yeah, these Phaelites here, when you go into the enemy jungle, this one and this one are great to use. And like, if you're going into the bot side, right, you'll sweep here, and then you'll Phaelite here, right? And then the opposite, you'll Phaelite here, and you'll sweep when you get to like up here. Just make sure you kind of like try and avoid a ward that's potentially here. I don't think this Phaelite like sweeps this if it's pinked, but that's something I will have to see. I'm not sure. Okay.
Sure.
Yep. So it was all good. Everything was perfect here. It's just take his red. Can't mirror. Yep. And I think you just walked on a ward here. I think that was just a ward
I'm
somewhere.
gonna go back and look. I must have
100%. Yeah. Look, it's like she's sprinting at you. There's no reason. I mean, she could just be coming back to her raptors because her bot side actually could be down. I mean, it's not guaranteed you're on a ward. I think Fizz would actually come at you if you were on a ward, but it's also about a tempo thing, right? Like, you have a move here right now, right? We talk about moves again. So when we went to the bot crab with her, we were matching, right? We used our move. Right now, this is your free move right here. You see that? Like, right now, you have one free move. So let's just say she goes for the mid gank and the bot crab. Okay, this is like a move and a half kind of, but it's like, obviously, one move is not exactly equal to one move in terms of tempo. So your move might be like, okay, she ganks mid. That's like one move. You walk into her jungle. That's like an even time move. She does scuttle. That's move number 2. You do one camp. That's move number 2. Do you see that?
Yeah.
But you use move number 1 here. You backed off. Right? Now you're trying to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's too late now. Because you only had that specific window to potentially take something.
If you go back just a little bit.
Yeah.
So I saw her right there at Drake.
Yep.
I was for sure she was going to take that.
Yeah, and that's also something else we can't do, right? We can't play off of, even though playing with a, okay, I think she might do this. I do think it comes back to jungle tracking, to be honest with you, because right, like when she ganks from bot side here, like look at mid here, right? Let's do camp mirroring again. So do you think her bot side camps are up right now?
No.
No. So she only
It should
really
be,
has
'cause
two
mine aren't.
options, right? After she takes the scuttle. It's Drake or cross to her top side. And so it's like a 50-50 gamble what she's going to do. I know. I kind of agree, right? Like that, you know, it looks like she should do Drake. You know, they forced Oriana out. She's 1 HP. But it's just a gamble again. Just a gamble you can't take. And then, yeah, when she does show up, though, yeah, you do pop the NOS. She hits the ult. You're 1 XP from 6, which is fine. You actually end up... Oh, no, you die hit a Fizz. Unlucky.
Yeah.
So our tempo on this round got messed up. And I'm not saying like this is like the... But this is like probably the biggest mistake in the early game. Because it's like 2 tempo losses now. It's like the bot scuttle situation on the first round, which didn't matter that much. Then there's this round, which we should already be somewhere else. Like we should be on finishing Wolves now, for example. Or having her red and not dying and then being on our blue side. Okay. So, yep. Bot lane has a big skirmish and a big fight. All right, then you waltz over here. Good pings. Yep, great pings on Oriana. You see top all in. This is like a great click and pan, right? Really great click and pan here. We just need to update ourselves earlier. So when he dies, I want you to immediately, like, I want your options now to be very fast. Continue, he's 1 HP, or leave, he's full HP. What do we need for this decision to happen? Info, yep.
Gotta look at him.
We gotta look at him because this is another tempo loss. You walk here, he's not there, we recall. But we should just be like here right now, running to our Raptors because the base is not that great.
Yeah, base is awful. Yep.
So the click and pan was good. Okay, you see top all in. This is good. He might run into tower. You might clean up a free kill. You get the kill. You reset. Great. But we used too much time here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Slight tempo loss. Okay, let's continue. So now we're getting to that portion of the game, right, where it was like a bit weird. And it was a little bit like, man, what do we even do? You know, like it's so odd. It just feels like there's nothing we can do. But it's the same thing. So your base here is very good. We should instantly run into the enemy jungle. Why? Okay, he doesn't do Drake actually. So our first plan here is to run into the enemy jungle. Then Briar shows up mid. We react, which is super good. Pop the ghost. Yep. Take his flash. Boom. Finish. Right? Small win. Small win. Q backwards immediately. Now, there's something crazy that could happen next. All right, Frankie. There's something crazy. If you don't get chunked here, please tell me, is his top side, do you think it's up or is it down?
It should be down.
You're saying like it should be like he's taken it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. Honestly, even if you're not sure, all right, let's go back. So, you're on your bot side. He shows here. You see that? And you have a red buff. Tell me what buff does he have here, mid? Blue, right?
Blue buff.
So,
he didn't have it. He didn't take his red.
So let's even just say we're not sure. Okay, let's say we're not sure. Even though I have a suspicion based on the fact that he does not have red and based on the fact that he was on bot side for a while. I have a suspicion that he has some top side cams up, whether it's even just red. So if you Q backwards here after taking his flash, what can happen is this, and you catch him here.
Around.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, this is just like it's a very, well, I wouldn't call it like a small detail, but this is just about taking a small win and then knowing that you can't kill or there's no more play here. So you should not keep clicking forwards here. Even if you tank the shark, right? You should not tank all this damage. It should be you tank shark, you Q backwards, you press E to you know, reduce the damage, and then all good. You even get Fizzle, which is pretty good for your Oriana in terms of like pressure in the game. But this is another round where you have an advantage, right, over the Briar, because Briar tried to gank Oriana and she got, you know, you had information over her. Now it just becomes another one of those rounds where like, oh, okay, we missed an opportunity. Now we just have to go back and farm. All right. So this is a great time to think about pushing limits because I'm all for pushing limits. Do you think that you beat this Fizz 1v1?
No.
By the way,
no.
you have to say yes here because you decided to fight him. Okay? You have to say yes here. Because if you fight him, it means to me that you think that you beat him 1v1, which, guess what, is completely fine. If you think that you win. Because then you can learn, oh, I don't win. Okay?
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't.
If
I
you
don't
don't
think I
know,
win.
yeah, if you don't know
Right,
as
no.
well, you can also try. Again, I'm all for trying to 1v1 this guy, by the way, because that will increase your champ knowledge. It'll increase your, like,
Mhm.
ability to make this decision next time. So I don't mind it. But if you tell me I don't think I win this, my next question is, okay, then why are we doing it? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right.
In game, I thought I had Ariana coming up, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
Ping
I
more
didn't
then.
ask her to or nothing.
Ping more. Ping more.
Yep.
Ping assistance 100 times, as much as you can. I know you have not much time to ping here. So if we were going to actually take the 1v1, the most important, I mean, you did try and dodge his E, which is kind of hard to dodge.
Yeah.
But you need to damage reduce something here. Actually, you can't like against some champions, right? Like Fizz, where their abilities are very, very telegraphed. Okay, Fizz E landing on your head is telegraphed, right? Fizz Shark
Yes.
spawning from under you, eating you is telegraphed. So with telegraphed abilities, you need to press E. Lux, Alt, like these kind of abilities, you need to press E because you just take too much
Okay.
damage from this E here. It just one shots you. If you press E here, guess what? I actually think that you win this 1v1. Okay, but yeah, I mean, the champ just one-shots you with no items, so I don't know. He also, I'm not sure if he has Ignite or not, but if he has Ignite, you're toast.
Yes.
Okay, so this base is fine. Again, yeah, this becomes like the boring part of the game, right? Where feels like we should try and contest something. Okay, they took Drake. Our Lulu's 1 HP. Honestly here, like, just run somewhere else. Just run somewhere else. Sweep. You can use like some spare tempo here, but like there's really no play here, bot side.
Right.
To me, it doesn't look like it at all. It just doesn't look like it. So even though, like we said at the start of the game, right? Okay, we're probably not going to go Aatrox max. What happens later in this game? How many kills do you get on this Aatrox?
But we get a bunch.
A bunch, okay? But that can happen earlier, potentially. We can't do something here. Okay, so we're here right now. We're Drake gone. Boom, finish. You can't, or you shouldn't base. There's nothing to base for. The Lulu is in Africa, not helping. Okay, just go gank mid. Go check the Raptors. Maybe top starts fighting, which I think is happening because the teammate gets like, just look for something else immediately.
Okay.
Because opportunities will just randomly happen. You'll be able to randomly take his Raptors. You'll be able to randomly kill his Aatrox here that's diving teammate. Like I'm at, okay, he's full HP. This guy's getting, oh my goodness, he's 3 levels down. Hard game. Okay, the game is giving us a bit of a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is also like respecting a little bit. But again, when he stays here, right? Like, look here. Okay. Can you kill this health? Maybe.
In the
I mean,
game,
Aatrox
I
is
didn't
pretty
think
OP.
so.
I would
4
honestly
levels
be
above me,
second guessing myself too. Yeah, he's up 4 levels and he's a quarter HP. So yeah, if you think not, then you should just turn around right now and go to your wolves.
Yeah.
If you think so, if you think you can, as soon as he shows on this wave here, we should be going towards him. Because again, the same as that Smolder situation. When this guy finishes this wave, your timer is finished. You know what I mean? Like he's going to, I mean, again, he might push the tower like the Smolder did, bot. That's always a potential opportunity, but generally they're going to leave after they push the wave. That's how the lanes or laners are thinking. All right. So I think I'm not going to like drag this review out. I think those are all the most important things. We do know, like, I just want to like highlight this again, like usual. Okay, obviously, yeah, there's a sweeper thing here, right? When you walk in, right here, sweep.
Yep.
Gotta sweep.
Yeah, I didn't sweep well this game.
And I also think this is a timer, right? Where, we just have nothing to do. We feel like we just have nothing to do. Take this midwave for sure. Okay, take this midwave. 100%. So I don't mind you showing here just to get gold. I don't like this Rift Herald, even though you are trading actually. So actually, no, this is fine. Sorry. I think you going for Rift Herald here is fine. It's just the sweeper. That's it. Because you do see her going bot side, so you are playing off information. You just have to use your sweep. No, this is completely fine. Yeah, she just ults because it's warded. or she's, I don't know, got a sixth sense.
font.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to drag this review out. I just want to highlight the fact that what we said before about this thing of we just need to maintain this. We just need to keep farming and waiting for opportunities. It will be boring, but the enemies will int like this. You know? Like, we got so fed. We got so fed off of them just inting. Like, I don't know. Where were we here? We had, like, 1 kill here. We literally had 1 kill here. And we ended the game, like, what, 9 kills?
Yeah.
So we got 9 kills in, like, 10 minutes of, like, the mid-game. We got 8 kills in the mid-game. So that I just want to show you, like, I mean, you know as well, right? It's just a big circus. They will int.
Yes.
I think if you built better this game and you held your composure, there was a chance that you could carry the game. A chance. I'm not going to say it was, I'm not going to say, like, all these games are winnable, but there's a chance. And this was a really silly death. You know, it's just trading 1 for 1 here. You know, your whole team's dead. Just try and maintain. They will try and do something stupid. They will try and go for an end here. They will try and do Baron here. They will try and do something really stupid, and you will spend your gold first, build correctly, and kill them all, mop them all up when they do it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's you down to queue for another game and just focus on that early game stuff about the scuttles, about the planning around that. Let's do that.
Okay.